I didn't know that when you start a business, you're actually in partnership with governments. Like,
Especially here. Tell
especially
me about
here.
that,
Yeah,
please.
I mean,
Challenges.
yeah, not just I mean, so I know how to pay tax, but I didn't know how to pay so much tax to government. And like, it's just like you guys didn't do anything, and then you come at the end of the day and say, give me 30% of everything you have done. So I mean, I guess that was another rude shock for me. So I joke with my friends is that once you start a business, you just it's a joint partnership. The government has 30% of your business, whether they are on the books or not. So I mean, and then you have to factor in that into your business as well.
Wow. Talking about the government, and you're in the food industry, how many regulatory agencies do you have coming for you or regulating you? And do you have a challenge with managing that, or how does it work for you?
So I wish I can tell you that I know the number, because
You don't?
I don't, because every now and then someone pops up and says they're from this agency, were created by law in 2019, and we're now here to do enforcement. We still had that like 3 months ago. I mean, but on the whole, we have about 3-4 agencies. Federal government, state government and local government as well, different agencies that regulate different aspects of the business. Sometimes it's difficult, interacting with them, because what I've found that is a lot of the times they are more focused on what they get out of you than actually regulation and making sure that you meet the requirements. Some of them are not even very happy when you meet all the requirements, because then if you meet the requirements, there's probably not so much room to make demands. So it's challenging, but we've just found ways to to work with all the different agencies, the health officials, environmental, to even signage and all of that.
How do you work with them?
For us, we try to be very proactive,
Okay.
because we had very difficult times in the early years. I remember 2014, our store in Ikoyi was closed down for about 2 days, because we weren't just going to give in to their demands and all of that. So what we try to do is to be, and again, because when we started the business, there was not a lot of templates for us to follow.
Okay.
Because even though we do food, it's slightly different from the regular food. Even the regulations that existed was not sufficient to regulate our business, because it was slightly different. It was, fresh food and all of that. So we had to rely heavily on what existed in other jurisdictions and just try to be very compliant. So we try to be very proactive, ensure that what the requirements are, we meet the requirements, and so we go ahead to make demand. Sometimes I have to do on the cover. When we go to these agencies, for example, we don't tell them they're so fresh. We're just going like, oh, we're new on this. We want to know everything that we need to have, and then when we get that information, we just try to stick to it.
So you go to them and say, what do you need from me?
Yes, I want to start this business. What
You
do
don't
need
wait
from
for them
me?
to come to you.
We don't wait for them to come to us.
That's smart. I never thought of that.
But then we don't also go as so fresh, because we
Yeah.
know what the environment
It's
and
like-
they already know us. We know what the environment. For example, NAFDAC, when we started for about 5 years, we noticed that NAFDAC didn't come, and I was becoming apprehensive. What if these guys come? What if these guys come? So we actually went there, and do you need anything from us and all of that? And then we found out that they were not directly responsible for us, because we were not doing package. They are not, because it's not. We don't. Our products don't have a shelf life.
Okay.
And so, although they can still come and inspect, but they don't have to certify our product, because we don't package. It's freshly made. Yeah.
I think that's a really big tip, to be proactive and go anonymously
Yes.
to the agencies
Yes,
and
so-
understand what they need from you if you want to start a certain type of business.
But then we still have surprises every now and then.
Believe in community.